We've now got Dave from FlyFreely.
So a quick show of hands, who here grew up watching the Jetsons, one day dreaming of having their own personal flying car? Come on, everyone. Well, if you did, you're not alone. And when we saw drone technology 5 years ago, we thought, wow, this technology has the potential to make the flying car reality. But drone technology can not only make the flying car reality, it's already changing agriculture. It's changing the way we look at our critical assets. It's even changing the way we do deliveries. And one day, potentially even saving your life. But the question I ask is, where are the drones delivering the pizzas that we've been promised for years now? Has anyone seen any? And the reason why we haven't seen them at large scale is because they're currently tied up in red tape and regulation. But the regulation exists for a very good reason. No one wants to be the person flying a drone that hits a manned aircraft or injures someone on the ground. So what's a company to do to mitigate this risk? Well, they've got to go and build a compliant aviation management system. This is not only time-consuming and costly, it actually stifles innovation. And it's one of the reasons why we haven't seen the widespread deployment of drones today. So to solve this problem, we created FlyFreely, the world's first compliance as a service platform for drones. We enable any company to start using 1 drone or 100 drones without increasing headcount. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing we do is we get an operator certificate with the local aviation regulator. In Australia, that's CASA. But it can be any other regulator around the world. Once we have that, we train up the employees of the organisation and induct them into our system. They then use our web-based software to plan their missions. Once they've planned their missions, it comes to us for an approval, and then we approve it under our operator certificate. They're then free to fly, legally, safely, and with full insurance coverage. And we can even offer another service to our customers where they can obtain their own operator certificate based on our processes and procedures. So they have full control over the approval process, but are still bound to the FlyFreely platform. So who's using FlyFreely? We've got customers like Wattpack, a construction company, who had to perform weekly monitoring on a construction site. They would normally use contractors, cost around 15 grand a year. With FlyFreely, they could do it for less than half of that. And we've got enterprise customers like James Cook University, who needed an enterprise-wide solution to cover all their researchers. To do it themselves, it would have been over $100,000. But with us, again, less than half of that. And we've also brought on organisations like councils and even CSIRO, as well as many other small SMEs across Australia. And together, they trust us to manage their risk and reputation. So where are we at right now? We've trained over 70 pilots, and we've got 50 active pilots on the system, and they've registered over 100 craft on the system. And just this year, we've seen approximately 50% month-on-month growth in approval requests. And with the industry said to be worth $127 billion in 2020, we expect this to mean millions of flights required each month. And we think FlyFreely is perfectly positioned to take advantage of this opportunity. So as you've seen, FlyFreely dramatically reduces operational costs and gives people rapid approvals, typically less than 2 hours. And we're currently working to bring that down to minutes and then ultimately instantaneously without any human involvement. But what we're really, really excited about right now is the FlyFreely marketplace that's emerging around the platform. In the marketplace, any organisation can utilise pilots on the platform who are trusted and trained to actually scale up their own operations or geographical reach without actually employing any more people. And we've already been approached by multiple ASX 100 companies who want to use this platform to expand their own internal drone programs. And what's more interesting, we've obviously got the complex approvals coming in the near future, so that'll enable things inside controlled airspace, beyond line of sight, and eventually the flying car. So we've actually just recently closed a round of angel funding, so we're not looking to raise right now. But what we are looking for is introductions to enterprises who want to use drones or scale up their drone usage today. And we're also looking for strategic technology partners, particularly hardware and software providers, who can bundle FlyFreely with their solution to create an end-to-end solution for their customers. But if you did want to come on the journey, we are actually looking to raise later in the year to expand overseas. Once again, my name's David Cole, founder and CEO of the company that wants to enable you to fly freely.